So, welcome back to my channel, guys. 9th of May, and I'm here to give you an update on the placement situation and to give you some advice on how to deal with rejection, how to deal with specifically job rejections, and how to deal with disappointment if your plans didn't go the way you wanted them. So, without further ado, let's actually just rewind back to the beginning of this whole placement journey, and I will show you what kind of things I went through, interview processes, and I also give you a few tips. So let's go. Okay, so I am getting ready for my Skype interview. So that's gonna be exciting, and I'll update you guys afterwards on how it went. So the interview went well, I think. So the next steps in the process is to write a blog post and a Facebook ad, and it might be different for you. Every company has a different recruitment process, but make sure to ask after the interview what are the next steps if they don't volunteer that information themselves, just so you're both on the same page and you know what's coming up. So basically I got an email this morning saying that the placement, they had changed the criteria and they weren't looking for an intern anymore, they were looking for a full-time marketing person. So I guess the job search continues, but it's okay. It's a bit annoying because that job would have been absolutely perfect. It's paid, it was in London, it's marketing internship, it ticks all the boxes, but maybe it was a little bit too good to be true. So yeah, the placement search continues. So it has been a hot minute since the last clip I recorded. It is now the 23rd of March and I'm still applying for placements. I haven't got one yet, and you know, this is the reality of things. Sometimes you just don't get one straight away, and amidst all this crazy coronavirus stuff, I'm now at home. And obviously this means that companies aren't going to be as active in looking for employees and things, but with all of that said, I'm still going to keep looking and still keep going. So this is just a reminder to you, if you're struggling, if you are feeling like you're not going to get one, don't worry. It's not a matter of if, it's just when. You just got to keep giving in applications, and that's what I've just been doing between the last clip and now. So I thought I would give you a little insight on how I tend to look for my placements. Obviously this is different for everyone and you might have a different way, but I like to start on LinkedIn just because I find it's a lot more organized than a lot of, you know, the traditional job search sites that you can get. And you can search jobs that you want, and I have searched marketing intern a lot because that is the placement that I'm looking for. And for marketing, I have looked at Campaign, which is a website which is really good for marketing, and they have a list of the top 100 marketing agencies, which I have just been combing through and sending applications to all of them. But yeah, whatever sector you're looking for, there has to be some sort of list of the best companies for them. So that's another great way to look for a placement. So I had a one-way video interview that I'm going to show on the screen now because I didn't record it earlier, I don't know why. But anyway, I just had to go on the website and record myself answering the questions that they'd ask. For example, what are your career goals, what's your experience, introduce yourself, things like that. And I had max 2 minutes to answer the questions, and then you had to click next and then just submit it. But yeah, I just heard back from them and they said they'll be interested to go to the second stage, which is a actual online Skype interview, I'd imagine. So gonna keep you updated. So, welcome back to the present moment. I hope you enjoyed a little whirlwind tour of the past of my application journey. So if you don't know already, I am studying sociology at the University of Bath, and if you want more sociology videos, by the way, just comment below, let me know, and I've got a few requests from you guys asking for those things. But yeah, so let me talk a little bit more about my original plans. My original plans were to go on a marketing placement because that's what I'm into. I love social media, all that kind of stuff. And I just thought a marketing placement in London would be perfect for me because I'm based in London. It would be really easy to commute, I could live at home, no kind of renting expenses, all that kind of stuff, which is amazing. And that would be my original plan before going back to uni. Now, obviously that isn't happening. So I am going to go back to final year, and some worries I had of like not getting a placement, I guess, was actually more the practical side of it. Obviously, even though I was disappointed with the fact that I'd been telling everyone on my days I'm going to be going on placement, I'm going to be in London for a year, but then now, like, you know, that's all gone out the window. And in my mind, I know that there's nothing I can do about that. So what I was more worried about was, okay, it's now May. When am I going to find a house? All my friends I know have either gotten a placement or they knew they were going back to uni, so they already had a place to live for final year. That was definitely one of my concerns. And also, you know, how was I going to pick my optional units? How was I going to prepare for my dissertation? How was I going to switch courses? So I'm going to give you a brief rundown of how all of that is happening right now. And if you are going through the same thing, if you are considering doing the same thing and you're at Bath, then listen up. What I had to do to switch courses is, first of all, I just emailed my course administrator and they just did a bit of admin and switched me back on the 3-year course. Fun fact, I was actually on the 3-year course before I switched onto the placement course. So yeah, that was actually pretty easy. Did it overnight and I was able to choose my optional units after the course admin contacted academic registry so that I could choose my optional units. So that was very easy. In terms of finding housing, I am still in the process of that. My old housemate is actually in the same position as me, so it was actually quite good to just like chat about our plans and maybe like map out a rough plan of like how we're gonna find housemates. Dealing with disappointment and dealing with rejection is like a really big thing. And if you want to know more tips, go to the link in the description to find a blog post about this that will be up very soon, if not already. Yeah, most of the time we just feel like it's got something to do with us, something to do with our worth, but actually it's got nothing to do with that. And like I say, it's nothing personal, because if anything, imagine if you got that job that you got rejected from and you figured out that you don't actually like it, right? So I view rejection as redirection, right? And at the end of the day, it's all about your perspective. It's all about how you see things, and you know, when how you see things change, the things you see change. Yeah, thoughts about going to final year, it's crazy. Like, you know, in a year's time I'm going to be graduating and I never thought that was going to happen. But now that we are here, that's happening and I can't do anything to change it. So yeah, hopefully this update was useful for you, and if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. Comment below or just message me on Instagram. I'll put either here. Oh, and I forgot to say, if there are any topics that you want me to talk about, definitely comment below, because I am totally open to your suggestions and I would love to know what kind of things that you want me to talk about. So comment below. But otherwise, hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, staying at home, and I will catch up with you soon.